Hi, Muhammad. Okay. Hi, hope you're fine. Today is we are talking about Scratch. It's a topic I consider not very difficult and new. That's why I don't expect, like other topics, too much participants. But we'll wait like few minutes in order to let other join. Few minutes and we'll start.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
صلاح الدين.
and free passage.
Okay, so I'll start my presentation. Hope you are fine. Today, it's our fifth webinar. I remind you that we started with robotics, Arduino, microbit. Last week we did small basic. Today Scratch, and next week we'll end the series of webinars by Python. And after terminating this series of webinars, I'll send you a questionnaire in order to have your feedback and what you was waiting in order to implement it in our system and try to answer to all your needs. So today, I believe I was talking with Mr. Mohammed Noor that Scratch, it's not really a hard topic, but from an educational perspective, we have to focus on some points in order to implement it in our curriculum. If you are using our books, right-click. I believe that the scope and sequence in the books from grade 3 till grade 6 are clear, progressive, easy to manipulate from the teacher side and from the student side. And I believe that you are not really facing major problems. But during this webinar, I will try to focus and concentrate on few points in order to make it more and more clear. For the teachers and schools that are not using our curriculum, of course, I advise them to work on with our books. You can contact our legal and official representative in Saudi Arabia. Mr. Mohammed Nouruddin is present with us. You can ask him for any need you want regarding specimen or books or orders. And from my side, I can support you with educational support. So I will start with Scratch. Today, we will be working on Scratch 2.0, knowing that Scratch 3.0 is recently released, and our new update for next year for grade 4, 5, and 6 will be will include the Scratch 3.0. So for the time being, we will make the session on Scratch 2.0. So I will start my presentation. Scratch is a visual coding language developed by MIT University, and we all know that MIT is really one of the top universities in the world. And years ago, they noticed that the students arriving to the college, university studies, they miss those coding skills. Of course, at the time they did a survey and they found that there is no software or no language at the reach of the kids and students is available. That's why they developed Scratch. And I believe that Scratch today is worldwide used by all schools. And more than that, we are trying to develop Scratch-based software for Arduino, for robotics, for microcontrollers, as for any kind of programming. Once we are talking about small kids, to teach them coding, it's block-based, based on Scratch. You have to know, and it's very, very, very important that, by the way, this presentation, I will send it to you by at the end. You can download it with all the links and examples. So you have to know that Scratch is available offline on Windows and Mac, and there is an online version for to be used on Microsoft Edge browser, and maybe on other browsers in case you have the API and you have the updated version. So you don't have any problem regarding the use of Scratch by your students. That's why you can send those two links in case you want your students to work online or offline. I know sometimes students from home, they use the phone, they use a tablet. That's why they cannot download the offline version. That's why you propose them the online version, and here you have the link for it. Today we'll explore the scope and sequence adopted to make teaching Scratch a successful task, and the audience is, of course, ICT teachers, math teachers, and science teacher. Why not? At the end of this webinar, you will receive a certificate of participation as usual, and all you have to do is to send on my mobile number the WhatsApp that you have, that you are receiving all the updates, your full name well written, your school name and your email, and I'll prepare you the certificate and I will send it back to you by WhatsApp. High resolution, you can print it color and keep it with you on your file. Why Scratch in the ICT curriculum? Scratch is considered a major part in the ICT curriculum from grade 3 till grade 6. But ICT is considered as a science today, and we all know that we talked about it in the previous session, that Scratch is ICT or coding is considered as science. That's why one of the major skills that students will have to master in ICT curriculum is coding, beside the robotics, database, microcontrollers, and other skills. Why Scratch in ICT? It's very simple, since it's in direct link with STEAM, with coding, and with robotics. And here you have to know that the sprite, the cat you have, you can consider it as a virtual robot, since there is sensing blocks inside the software where, and I will show you some examples by the end of this seminar. So that's why we can consider that Scratch is in direct link with STEAM, coding, and robotics. Coding is a major core part that should be delivered to students starting from grade 3, of course. In our curriculum, right click, we use Scratch, we use Small Basic, and we use Python. Scratch is given from grade 3 till grade 6. After that, in grade 7 till grade 9, we give Small Basic. and we terminate by grade 10 to 12 by Python. And throughout the years, you will see your students acquiring and mastering more and more the coding skills since they started with Scratch as a visual block coding software. Before Scratch, and this is the major problem, is that before Scratch, it was impossible to introduce coding in a funny way and in an attractive way. That's why MIT focused on this software and tried to deliver a software-friendly user. And they delivered mainly, I believe, 3 versions till now. I think 1.4, 2.0, and now 3.0. I don't know if before 1.4 there was a version 1.2. I'm not sure. Why Scratch? Since it's developed by the biggest, one of the top universities, MIT, the welcome screen is friendly user. We will see it together. Blocks are used to code, no need to write code. So that's only blocks, and all we need to have with our kids is to concentrate on what we call the algorithm and the way of thinking. Of course, we have forum and ideas for projects are available everywhere. So if you go through internet, you will find thousands of examples and projects made by users, by students, by teachers. But the question is it all adequate and available to be taught by at school? Of course not. We'll see what we can do with our students. So as a conclusion, teachers will have all the tools to make their students motivated to learn coding. Students will learn coding without the need to memorize the syntax. Starting Scratch from grade 3 to 6. So that's why we will see in the coming slides the scope and sequence for grade 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's why I don't want to go through reading all those what to say, the objectives of the lessons or scope and sequence. You'll have the time to read them later on, but you will see that there is a solid link between the grades. I mean, when you finish grade 3, in grade 4, you will start Scratch by a revision of the main concepts acquired in grade 3. And if, for example, it's your first year to teach in our curriculum, you can rely on the grade 3 scope and sequence in order to start by a quick revision and continue in grade 4. So the scope and sequence for grade 3, the scope and sequence for grade 4. So how we download the first screen, how we move the sprite to draw square, drawing 2 squares, and so on. In grade 5 also we'll have many skills like the repeat, changing the color and the picture of the stage, the background, the sprite. And in grade 6, we go more and more in coding skills. Of course, you all know, I believe that we have a YouTube channel. It's open for everybody. It's Lymphoportus Online. And there you can find all our tutorials grouped by software. And those links, the 14 links that you have here, are dedicated for Scratch. I mean, since you are teaching online, it's very important to send at the end of each lesson on Google Classroom or on Meet, on whatever the platform you are using, 1 or 2 links from the 14 links in order to let your students review the lesson. They are well made, clear, in an educational way. You will see them. And I believe and I highly recommend to share with your students those links in order to master more and more the Scratch skills. Of course, we do have many projects and many exercises in each lesson of here the slides, it's not correct, so we are not talking about grade 8 and 9. It's not updated, no worries. Okay, here are the my number 961 and the number of Mr. Muhammad Nuruddin 96653. So in order you want to call us. So right now I will switch to the Scratch program, and I will open it. I will share with you the screen. So okay, so please tell me if you are seeing now the Scratch program. Dina, can you see the Scratch program?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, great. So
yes, we see it.
Okay. So okay. So I will try to divide my presentation on Scratch in let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. Okay, the first section will be what you have to concentrate while presenting Scratch to your students. The second section is drawing shapes. Okay, the third section, sprites and backgrounds and stages. Section 4, animation. And finally, section 5, creating, let's say, a game. But before starting with all those sections, I have to tell you that Scratch is one of the software used in order to introduce logic, algorithm, and a way of thinking. Of course, in a funny and creative way. That's why you will see your students very addicted and attractive to this software. And I believe that our role is just to put our students on the right path, and you will see that your students will lead alone, and they will surprise you by projects they will do alone at home and by showing you those projects. This is what I've experienced with my students, and from I hear it usually and always from teachers that are using Scratch in the curriculum. So at the welcome screen, please, you have to concentrate with your students while teaching them online or at school. On the first thing is the language. And as you can see here, the Earth, the icon of the Earth, you can click and you can switch to any of the languages you want. This is first. Second, you have to explain to your students that the welcome screen is divided into 4 main sections. First, you have the stage. You have the screen where you have the background, the stage or the backdrop, and the sprite. You have a section in the middle where all the blocks and the categories are divided. And of course, you have the fourth section on the right where you build your script. Of course, you have to explain to your students that on the below section on the left, you have the stage and you have the sprite. And always you have to watch this area in order to see what you are programming, since many of the students will make the error by clicking on the stage and start building the script, and they will call you and they will tell you it's not working, it's not working. So you will discover that all the blocks created are for the stage and not for the sprite. So that's why it's very important to know that you have to click, or if you want to make the animation or the programming, you have to click on the sprite in order to make the building script available for the sprite. And of course, here I have the 4 buttons in order to create a new, to choose a sprite, to create a new sprite, to upload or to open a sprite already saved, and to take a picture of a sprite from the computer camera. And then for the stage or for the backdrops, also you have the icon for to choose a backdrop, the icon to create or to paint a backdrop, or to open a backdrop. So this is what you have to explain to your students. And of course, the area or the section where you build a script, you have the zoom in, zoom out in order to make it bigger or smaller, all the scripts, in case you have too many scripts and you want to see them all on the screen. I will switch to the other section, which is, of course, for the first section, we all know that blocks are divided into categories. I mean, you have categories for motion, for looks, for sound, for pen, for data, events. The main question is, are we going to use all those blocks? Of course, during the classroom, of course, no, we will not use them, since they are some of those categories and blocks are advanced and not dedicated for lower grades. I mean grade 6, 5, 4, or 3. So all you have to know, or to let your students know, are those points, the Earth icon in order to change the language, and the 4 sections, and how to master the selection of the sprite in order to program it using the blocks, and the blocks how are divided. And of course, I believe that by moving or dragging the blocks to the right in order to make the program. I will pass to the second section, which is the drawing shapes. And here I believe that this section is the most important section related to algorithm and coding, and to organizing the mind of the students regarding the coding system. And why? Because it's related directly to math and to geometrical shapes, in order to see if students are manipulating the math skills in coding language in ICT. So here we have a direct relation between all the concepts that students are manipulating in math, in logic, and they will practice them in Scratch. And here, let's say I will start by, I will open a small project. I did it just now. So okay, so here you will see that I did four separate scripts. Sorry, I did the first script, second, 3, and the fourth script. The 4 scripts are independent. They are not linked together or in one script. So let's take the first script, which is to move 100, turn 90, and as we see, it's repeated 4 times. So I believe if I click on this script, the sprite will draw quickly without seeing the sprite moving a square. Great. So let us assume that you will ask your students to draw another shape. The major problem here is how we will erase the square shape. Okay, this is a major problem you will face with your students. So most of the students will quit Scratch and launch it again in order to start another figure or shape or script. It's not the way to do it. The way to do it, and it's clear in our books, is that we can't see your screen. Why? Can you see my screen?
Yes. Yes, we see it, sir.
Okay, so
Yes,
maybe if
Mr.
somebody
Mustafa.
is not seeing, I don't know if it's internet is slow. I don't know, but if one of you is seeing the screen, it means it's not my fault, huh? Sorry. So you would say try to refresh or make something. I will stop sharing, and I will share again, hoping that you will it will be fixed. Okay. So now you see it again.
Yes.
Okay, so the major problem I was saying that the major problem in mastering drawing shapes is how to manage all the shapes without being obliged to quit and back again. The idea is very simple: is to create the script of the eraser, and the eraser consists on creating 4 blocks that you can see here. I will zoom in a little bit in order to let you see the eraser. So the eraser is very simple. It's from the pen category. You will move the pen up the clear, and from the motion category, you will move the go to 00 and point in direction 90. Point in direction 90, it's the direction of the sprite as you can see on the screen. And go to 00, X and Y, it's the starting position of the sprite once you launch the program Scratch. So you have to repeat and repeat and repeat for your students each time you work with them on Scratch to build the eraser, and to build the eraser. And after few sessions, you will see that alone they will build it in order to master drawing many shapes. So here, if I click on the pen, the eraser, you will see that I'm not obliged to quit and enter again on Scratch, and the screen is clear or the stage is clear, and all the drawing are erased. Now I can click on the other script, and you will see that the sprite moving slowly by drawing shape. Since I added from the control category the wait 1 second between each side, and I believe it's a very simple shape, since it's the moving 100, then moving 50, moving 100, then moving 50. If I click on the square shape, you will see that the shape will be drawn. I click on the eraser, and the eraser will remove all the shapes. And the third script I built here is to draw a triangle. And as you can see, it's repeated 3 times. Move 100, turn 100, 120, move 100, turn 120. So the idea of building many scripts on the screen with the eraser is to make students understand that coding or programming, it's not one program, it's a mixture of many procedures and sub-procedures. And in this way, students will be ready once they reach grade 7 to understand that in Small Basic or in Python, we can create what we call the procedure and the sub-procedure or a function. And this is the way that we tested in many levels in Scratch, and it did the good. It gives a good result. So we saw here that drawing those shapes are simple. We did not use the repeat function. It's a little bit early for the time being. And then after, when they master drawing stairs, drawing dotted lines, drawing different shapes that you will ask them, okay? So you can go forward with the repeat section. So I will try to recapitulate what I've planned to do. So from the eraser, build the eraser, multiple script, the advantages. Okay, so here we arrive to introduce the pen, and it's in the book, the pen size and the pen color, as you can see. So there is a difference between what we call set pen size to and change pen size by. Here also it's a confusion for students for both. So if I move the set pen size to and I click, let's say 5, it's fixed on 5. The thickness of the border is 5. It will not change. So I will click, and as you will see, it is 5. Okay, but if I go through, even if I repeat the set pen size in the middle of the script, it will not change. But if I click and move the change pen size by 2, let's say, you will see that I will start my script in thickness 2. I will move it. I will click again. It's more and more, as you can see. Okay, it's changing each time I launch the script. The size will be the thickness thicker, and it will be added by 2. So I will clear my my screen, and you will see that how much the eraser is functional, and it will help me to go through the session quickly for you as teacher and for the students. And the same to the what we call the set pen color 2. So if I select the set pen color 2 and I click, it will not change. But if I select, for example, change pen color by, and I will delete this one, each time you will launch the script, the color will change by 10. Now I have to move it to see the difference. Okay. So now it will start changing, since it is 10, not more. But if you type, for example, change pen color by 50,
it will be it will change. Look here, it's like yellow to green or something like that. Okay, so it's very important to show your students the difference between the set and the change. Now I will move to the sprite to make the sprite talk and to make the sprite change the color. That's why I'll have to go to the look, and in the look you can see that you have the say hello for 2 seconds, say hello. So if I move this block, okay, and I type any phrase, let's say my name is Wissam. So while launching the program, there is a message shown on the screen, and then after the figure will be drawn. And of course, if I go through the change the color, we can change the color effect by 25, as you can see here. And even the next costume, I talk about the next costume in the coming topic. So what I miss is once you finish those basic scripts, okay, you have to pass to what we call drawing in the same script. Please, your mic off. Please, your mic off. Thank you. Can you turn your mic off, please? Thank you. So once you finish the basic scripts, you have to pass to what we call the complex script, where the sprite have to draw 2 separate shapes. And here, by using the category pen, you are obliged to use the pen up, the pen up and the pen down blocks in order to make the sprite drawing, let's say, the first shape, to pen up the pen, to make the pen up, and then to move to make the pen down, and then to draw the second the second figure. That's why here, while playing, while enjoying our time with students, they are learning concept of thinking and structuring algorithms step by step. And as we know, if any mistake in the order of the scripts will be done, we will not have the correct shape. Okay, so it's very important for our students to show this the side of programming. I will try to, for example, to give you an example about the triangle and the error all students is making. So I will take the okay, I will try to. So let's say here I have a triangle, as you see, okay, and we all know that the angle here is 60, the angle here is 60, the angle here is 60. So imagine that the sprite is located here, okay, and you ask him to move forward, let's say 100, okay, and he has to turn in order to draw the 60 angle degrees. All the students without any exception, they will ask the sprite to turn how much? 60 degrees. Okay, so by drawing 60 degrees, okay, I will show you. So here I have, as you know, I believe we have 180 degrees, and here I have 60 degrees. So if I turn 60 degrees, okay, the sprite will go like this. So they will, students will not have a equilateral triangle. Okay, so you have to explain to your students, and I believe that this notion in math is developed with the math teacher, I believe. So you have to explain again, and they will see it live on Scratch, that if all this angle is 180, this means that this angle is 180, no? And if we know that this angle is 60, so how much I have to turn here in order to keep the 60? It's like 120. So this exercise will link math, logic, and computing. And this is what we call, in a way, the STEAM, by drawing shapes, linking concept of math with coding and with algorithm. So back to our second section, which is so the introduction is done, the drawing shape is done. I will be back for the other program that we use in using the repeat. So what we will see here is the same program. Here we'll see the same program or the same scripts made in the previous exercise, but instead we have we used the repeat block. Okay, and the repeat block, you can specify the number of repeat for the square, for the rectangle, or for even the triangle. So if I want to draw a triangle, as you see, the blocks move and turn and wait are repeated 3 times. If I want to draw a square, so the move and turn are repeated 4 times, and for the rectangle, the blocks are repeated 2 times, move 100 and move 90. So by the end of this session also, I will go back to the embedded loops, since it's a very, very, very important section that we have to develop. Now I'll move to, so if I forget, please remind me back to embedded. I'm writing not to forget. Okay, embedded loops, great. So the sprite and the stage. So here I'll start the third section, which is the sprite and the stage. And please note that the sprite here is by default a cat. If you click on the choose sprite from library, you can choose the sprite you want. Here we have all categories. We have the animal categories, the fantasy, the letters, people, things, and transportation. And by theme, we can have the city, dance, dress up, flying, holiday, music, and so on. So students can choose between all categories or by theme. And let's say if we take the Pico walking, and I click on OK, as you will see here, we have 2 sprites. Okay, we have 2 sprites, and for each sprite we have specific script. So if I click on the sprite here, I have the script, but for this sprite I don't have any script. So if I want, let's say, to create a forever loop and ask my sprite to move 10, by the control to wait 1 second, and then after to move back 10. Okay. For the event, I will click on. I will move the when the green flag is clicked. And if I click on the green flag, as you can see, the Pico walking is moving. Okay, I will turn it off. I will try to see if I can manage also another script for the second sprite. So I will try to click on the green flag, and as you can see, I'm controlling the two sprites, okay, by clicking on the green flag. Since for the sprite and for the Pico walking sprite, I ordered my script to be launched once the green flag is clicked. So here you start manipulating, you start controlling more than one sprite by using blocks. And believe me, it's very important, and it's amazing for the students. You are opening for them a new world of control, to discover how programs are made, how games are made. I will move directly to what we call paint a new sprite. And here it's very important to let your students go to creativity. So you can see me, for example, here I will draw a face. I will delete the other blocks by right clicking. Sorry, delete, and then here I will delete this one. Okay, so file new. I prefer to start a new one. So I will draw a face. All right, I will duplicate, as you can see here, duplicate the face. For the first one, I will draw eyes. For the second one, I will duplicate 3 times, 4 times, and I will try to draw bigger eyes. For the third one, here it's imagination, it's creativity, it's art. Okay, here we are talking about costumes. For the same sprite, okay, we are creating costumes. So I will delete the cat sprite. For the face sprite, it's sprite 2. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And here we are talking about art and creativity. I will go to the script section. I will move the forever. I will go to look and click and move the next costume. And from the control, I will make it wait, not 1 second, it's too much, 0.2. And when I click, look at what I have. Okay. So I've created an animation scene. And of course, I can go back to the costume and let's say take the bucket and change the color of the eyes. For example, here I can choose red. For the second one, I can choose yellow. For the third one, I can choose blue. For the last one, I can choose, for example, another color. And when I click on the script and I run it, look what you have. Of course, it's a draft. I've made it quickly, but you will see that if you introduce to your students this capacity, believe me, they will create animation you will not expect. And so here we discovered together the sprite that I can load from my library. I can go and draw a sprite, and I can duplicate the sprite in order to make many costume. And of course, if you look around your screen, you can click to activate the X and Y coordinates. You can click to make it flip up and down the figure, and all the utility for editing picture. So back to my backdrop, sorry, I can click to choose, for example, a blue sky, or I can choose bedroom, or I can choose outdoor, let's say basketball court, or any of the backgrounds that you have. So I would choose something simple. Okay, so I have this background now. I will click on the sprite. Okay, and if I click on play, so I believe that now you match a new sprite with animation with a new backdrop. So from here you can start with what we call the animation process, the creativity, and students can create video scene or dialogue between two sprites. So there is no limit for creativity. Okay, so here I introduce you to the sprite and the stage. Okay, and a quick review for what we call the animation and how we can create the animation. I will move forward to the animation by opening an example I did today. So this example is for sensing, regarding sensing. Okay, so I believe here we moved forward to what we call advanced skill, is by drawing a backdrop with I can modify it as you can. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I've created a backdrop with 4 lines to create a square. The sprite is inside the square, red square, and I want to make the sprite move in the box without going out. Okay, so it's a really amazing project for students to do, since it combines the forever loop, the sensing block, and the if function or block, and a logic that they have to build together. So I've already built the script, which is I want my script to run forever. I've added a move 10 block, and I will ask my scratch, if the touching color red, then turn 90 degrees. All right, so normally this script should function in a good correctly. Okay, so just to tell you that this block, the touching color red, it's from the sensing block, and here I believe it's a little bit advanced, so we have to work like by grade 6, not before. Okay, I will launch my script. Okay, and it's moving. As you can see, I will stop. Okay, I will ask my I will create the go to 0, 0, the eraser, and I will point in direction 90. Okay, no need for. Okay, I will launch it again, and as you can see, okay, it's moving. If you want to make it turn randomly, so it's not like by 90 degrees, you have to make it, let's say, for 35 degrees, and here you can expect to touch all the side. And as you can see here, for example, it's blocked So how to solve this problem? This is a major question that we have to ask for our students, and I believe that there is a missing block in order to solve this problem in a specific case. So the solution is very simple. Look, I will stop my block, and all I have to do is, once touching the color red, before turning, I will ask my script to move back 10 steps. Let's try. It's not enough. So I'll have to make it move 20 steps, for example. So we are trying. Okay. I have to make, let's say, move 20. Wait 1 second. It's too much, 1 second, okay? So as you can see, it's blocking. So here the students are obliged to try what are the adequate values in order to make the sprite not blocking in a specific corner. Okay? Great. So so this script is really an advanced script in order to create the animation. I will not go through today with the topic of creating a game, since it needs more time. Maybe in the near future we will concentrate and we will make a scratch session only for gaming, because I believe that gaming during the class, it's not feasible since we have only 50 minutes, so it needs more than that. That's why I will have to move back again to the first program, which is the or the second program, which is for the repeat. Okay, and here we'll try to start making the embedded loop. In the embedded loop, I mean we put a loop inside a loop, and here you will ask your students to make the repeat, to put it here. Okay, wait not more than 0. Not to make it 0.2 seconds. Okay, and once you launch this one, you ask your students the result of this program, and they have to tell you that the square is repeated 10 times. Okay, without any doubt, since he's seeing. Then you will ask your students, what if between the two blocks of the repeat will add, let's say, move 10, sorry, not move 10, turn 15. Let's try what we'll have. So look here, what we have, it's a square repeated 10 times. And from here, no limit for creativity. And the major question you should ask for your student is, what are the values you have to put in 10 and in 15 in order to make a complete turn? I believe that the answer is here. The value you put, let's say 36, it should make 360 degrees. So if you put here 36, the value of the turn should be 10. So I will erase all, and I will try to see if it will make a complete turn. So you cannot imagine the excitement of the students while drawing such figures, since they are combining art, creativity, coding, math. So many skills are combined in this small program. And what if I ask my sprite to move 10 after turning 10 degrees? Let's see what I'll have. It's the same shape, but a little bit different since the sprite is turning and moving while repeating the sprites. And the other question is, what if I add for the pen, change pen color by 10 or by 15? Okay, let's see what we'll have. Nice, no? Okay, so here there is no limit for creativity, and there is no limit for examples and exercises you can give to your students in order to make the embedded loop be understood by the students. And we all know what embedded loop means for students and for coding and for math and for logic and for creativity. That's why if you go through those embedded functions, believe me that you will see your students in a permanent progression in order in designing and creating geometrical shapes. And here, of course, we can introduce the repeat or the embedded repeat in all the skills in Scratch by creating animation, by drawing shapes, by creating games. So there is no limit, and we can use all those concepts in all the skills that we can make. So I'm trying to recap what is planned to do. So now it's time to, I will finish by like maximum 10 minutes. Thank you for holding. So I will try to go through grade 3, okay, and to show you for those who don't have an overview for the book and how clear it is. I believe there is a question. All right. Of course, we can. Of course, we can integrate and embed those lessons with the math, and you can coordinate with the math teacher in order to see what they are doing in geometry and to do it in parallel in Scratch. And believe me, you will have a great result. Believe me, you will have a great result. Okay, so in Scratch. Page 48. So I will switch to page 48 in order to show you how clear it is, the book. And for each lesson, you will have the objectives of the lessons. Another question between offline. The difference between the offline editor and the online editor, nothing. It's the same. So I will see if I can show you the online editor. All right. So look here. I will try to share with you the. Okay, look. Unfortunately, the online editor, it's now version 3. It's not version 2, but the blocks are the same. And as you will see that. They change the place of the sprite. The script is in the middle, and the blocks, the category of blocks are on the extreme left. But the blocks are the same name, same color, same functionality, and same technique of working by changing and by creating new sprite and new backdrops. Okay, so nothing to warn about concerning the difference between the two. So I will go back to the grade 3. So I will try to make it another question, I believe. Okay, done. Great. So as you can see, the first lesson in grade 3, I will try to minimize it in order to you will explain in a clear way how to download the program, the welcome screen, and the different section of this program. Then after you will on the right page you will explain how the sprite works. I mean, how to move blocks and how is the relation between the different sections. In the second lesson, we will explore the main blocks of the motion sensor, the move blocks, and the turn block. We'll ask students to make the simple script of drawing a square, and as you can see, all the steps are clear and are indicated by numbers and by arrows. So all you have to do is to ask your students to follow step by step all the functions that are on the screen in order to draw. And on the second lesson in grade 3, we integrate the pen-up block in order to show them how to draw different shapes separate on the same screen. Third lesson, we integrate the colors block and the size block. Okay, and that is, can you turn off your mic, please? Can you turn off your mic? Can you turn off your mic, please? Thank you. So, lesson 3, page 2, there is a recap lesson as a review in order to see if students master the skills in Scratch, and there is a stairs to draw just by moving one time to the left, one time to the right. The next lesson will be the sprite is talking and displaying messages and changing color, and there is 2 projects that are proposed for the students. Next lesson will be how to talk. The previous lesson is to display message, and here it's about how to talk and how to control the it's the sound, the music. It's not talk, it's the music, the sound. Okay, and we introduce the control block, the loop, and the when clicked. Then after the lesson, the following lesson will be, I cannot see the detail, controlling the movement of the sprite when is pressed. So as you can see, all is clear and detailed, okay? And the support you have on our YouTube channel, you will enjoy it because it's similar to the book. So if some of or a few students did not master a specific skill, you can ask them to go and to review those skills on YouTube channel. Okay, so here as you can see, I'm creating 4 scripts by clicking on the left arrow, on the right arrow, on the upper arrow, and on the bottom arrow. And here you can make the sprite moving by controlling the movement by the 4 arrow down, right, up, and left. Of course, here is a reminder of the eraser, and there is an evaluation sheet for the project to do, project 1, project 2, and the lesson is done. if I move to grade 4, the grade 4 is on page 12. There is 2 sections of Scratch. In grade in page 12, we have the same introduction, but in a advanced way, okay, as you can see. And I have a second section. Here I'm showing the students how can I change the sprite and the backdrop, as you can see, and how I can control the movement of the sprite by drawing shapes using the loop block. And on page 75, I have an advanced, it's from algorithm to coding, okay? And here we'll concentrate on the sequence of blocks and the execution of sequence of block by creating algorithm. And here we concentrate on drawing shapes. It's very important to develop those skills for your students. As you can see, we are here working with hexagons, and we are asking students to make this this critical thinking to display and to set the right values for the repeat, for the move, and for the turn in order to draw the hexagon, the octagon, and here there is the sides, there is the angles, and all the result I have to obtain is 360 degrees. I mean, if you want to make a polygon with, let's say, 12 sides, you have to repeat 12 times, and you have to turn 30 degrees. So, and of course, students are asked to answer the question by watching or seeing or the script on the left, and to analyze it and to draw the result on the right. They can try it on the computer, of course, okay? I will not continue by showing you all the content of the, sorry, just one moment. It's not showing, okay. Grade 5, I will not continue by showing all the content of the book. It's, I believe you can see it, and if any problem or any question, you can ask it in private later on. I believe it's a problem of display. I'm not seeing the, I don't know why. Okay, stop sharing. Okay, so I have to tell you that evaluation of Scratch, how can we make it? If students are at school, we have 2 ways of evaluating the exercise, the students, sorry, by giving them projects to be executed on computer, and by giving them an assessment, written assessment, okay, where you will show them a script, and they will have to say what this script will do or what this script will draw. And believe me, if you arrive to the point of having from students answer, a consistent answer, not writing and writing and writing, okay? I believe that at this moment, you reach the point that you are waiting for, which is building critical thinking, structured thinking for the kids in order to build algorithm. And if your students in grade 3 to 6 are able to build embedded loops, control the movement of the sprite in an accurate way, this means that they are thinking correctly and they are ready to move forward in grade 7 and up with coding in Scratch or in Python or other language. And when you embed the sensing control to the script of Scratch by recognizing colors and movement or click or something like that, this means that they are understood the concept of robot and how the robot is moving by avoiding touching a specific color or the wall and so on. So as we said at the beginning, that it's what we call the virtual robot on Scratch that we are developing for kids. So from this part of evaluating, okay, I will be providing idea of extra worksheet that you can send to students, okay? And I highly advise you to send those links to the YouTube channel to your students. And in case one of you did not have the access to our Dropbox in order to download the answer key of all the exercises, Scratch and other than Scratch, please let me know to give you access to our Dropbox. Okay, every time I repeat that if you need a private webinar for your school regarding a specific topic, we are ready to do it. We are in the market for more than 20 years. We are not, it's not a hobby for us. It's a mission, delivering content for our countries in order to make our students develop those skills of coding and algorithm and microcontrollers. And believe me, in the future edition of our books, and next year it will be for grade 4, 5, and 6, you will see major improvement even in microbit, in robotics, and in Scratch 3.0. For now, if you have any question, I'm ready to answer. But don't forget to send. Already there is, I believe, like few of you that send. So please do send your request in order to prepare the certification for you. I cannot send the certification unless you unless you ask for it on WhatsApp.
Name and school name, right?
Sorry?
Name and school name and email, right?
Your name, your school name, and your email.
Okay. How I can get it Dropbox access?
Sorry?
How I can get it Dropbox access?
Ask me, tell me, I want access to Dropbox, and I will give you access.
Okay, thank you.
Any question? It was clear?
Yes, clear.
Hope I could answer to all the questions you may have. And I believe that online you can make the Scratch easily, since you have the tools and since there is the online version and the offline version. I will try to see if I what is number of the send. Okay, I will send okay, already Mr. Muhammad Nuruddin sent the number from where you will ask the certificate and the access to Dropbox. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to
Yeah, actually, I have some question related to grade 4 robotics.
Okay.
Actually, I have a robot also, but really I don't know which software I can use for that.
There is echo. There is echo in your voice. Please, I cannot hear you clear.
Okay. Okay. Can I write it on the chat section?
I prefer to send it by WhatsApp if you can. Okay.
Yes.
Please send it by WhatsApp and I'll reply you as soon. Okay. Any other request, please? Next week it will be very interesting, the Python language for grade 10, 11, and 12. And I believe if you have more than one period per week for your students, you can start exploring Python for grade 8 and 9. So I advise you highly to participate to this session. And in case you did not subscribe to it previously, send me a request to add you on the list in order to receive the link for next week. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
And on Dropbox, thank you for your time. And I remind you that on Dropbox, you find all the answer for the project of Scratch. So don't hesitate to have the link. I thank you and I meet you next week. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Wissam. We appreciate your presentation. Thank you.
With pleasure, my friend. Okay, thank you. محمد عم بتسجل السيشن صح؟ وشو بدي وشو؟ أنا مخلصة الحين.